All right, it's still the program, the weekend edition of TVC Breakfast and the Saturday edition, of course, and we are counting down to the Christmas season. But in Nigeria, we're living with, a number of realities, and it's indeed mixed feelings for Nigerians. Yes, they're excited about the festive season, where celebrations are, of course, the order of the day. But, it's also a time to reflect, so to speak. And Nigerians are reflecting on the year upon us that is, of course, exiting in a few days' time. All the happenings recorded in the year under review, and many are hoping that the new year will come with more economic stability. Well, to help us put things in better perspective, we have in the studio Pastor Norbert Onaga, and we thank you very much for joining us on the program, and compliment of the season.
Same here.
Once again. Pastor Onaga, pastors Norbert Onaga, pastors Dominion City here in Lagos.
Yes.
Right. Thanks again and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
All right, so it's a year of review. It's a time of review and reflection, and I don't know how you reflect on our nationhood, the economic realities, that apparently appear to be heightened at this time because this season comes with a lot of spendings and all of that. But what's on your mind, as Nigerians prepare for the festivities?
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I'm grateful that we have life, which is most important, because once you have life, then you have hope. I know that things are not so good the way we want it to be, but we should be grateful that we have life, that we can be able to breathe. There are people who all their prayer just to be alive, maybe to be with us in the studio right now, and not to be somewhere stuck in the hospital. So I think that Nigerians should be grateful that we're alive and we still have one country. And I believe that it's going to get better as the years go by. So I think we should have gratitude, even though we don't have all the things that we're expecting, but we should be grateful that we have life and that we still have a nation. And I think that's my view on it for now.
Very interesting there. We thank God that we have life and we have a reason to celebrate. When you look at the high cost of things in the country at the moment, and some challenges bedeviling Nigerians, will you say there's a reason to celebrate at this time?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what I'm saying. I mean, there could be different reasons to celebrate. For example, you could celebrate because you have financial empowerment. Maybe things are better economically. You can celebrate because maybe there are some expectations that you have that have already happened. But I believe that one of the major reasons to celebrate is because you have life. That's what I keep emphasizing. Because there's so many things to think about. And I believe if we start thinking about all the problems that we have, we will miss the essence of life. And things are not so good. Things are a bit high, very high. And there is gloominess in the environment. People are, having many of their expectations not met for the year, but there is still another year coming, and we should be grateful. And why I'm saying that is because once you can celebrate that you have life, then you can have hope to face the challenges that are coming next year.
All right, and as we reflect on the year, all the happenings of the year, there is also some form of frustration when you look at, how far I have come, what I have achieved, what I wasn't able to achieve. That would also, try to becloud the essence of the season, where one should actually feel happy that you made it to, you made it thus far. But, the reality again also borders on, frustrations, resentment, when you compare yourself, to how other people seem to have fared much better. How do you deal with that? How do you respond to people that come to you with such sentiments?
Yeah, I mean, we'll plan better next year.
So it's all about planning.
Yes, you plan better next year, and we'll keep praying, and we'll keep planning, and because there are some things that are not within your control.
Right.
All right? And those things not within your control, there's nothing you can do much about it. I know that the environment also contributes to people being able to achieve their goals, like the Nigerian environment. It can hinder people being able to achieve their goals and their aspirations. But that's where we have found ourselves, okay? So I believe that there is no need. I'm a positive person. Why I'm positive is because it's important. Because, there's a scripture that says that the joy of the Lord is your strength. You need the strength to move forward. Because if you respond to what is on ground, you can be shut down for next year. Okay? So next year is still coming, 2024. I think we should plan better. You should do an assessment of what happened, how were you not able to achieve your goals. Because some also were able to achieve their goals even within the constraint of the environment. So you're not able to achieve your goal. What was the reason? So you should reflect on all that and then look at where you have made mistakes, where you have had your shortcomings, and then next year plan better and pray better.
Before we move into the issue of goal setting, what are those significance associated with seasons like this? A lot of people will talk about love. It's a season to give. Tell us more about those things that Nigerians should do better at this time.
Okay. I think sometimes we miss the essence of the season, because Christmas, which is the season where we are in, is the season we're celebrating the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. That's the essence of Christmas. Now, there are three things that come to my mind when we talk about Christmas. Number one is the issue of love, how God so much loved the world that he gave his only son. So the first thing about this season is about love, is about giving. So this should be a season for giving. Also, it's also a season for forgiving.
Interesting.
Yes, it's a season for forgiving. If people have actually hurt us this year, I think we should close our books properly and forgive and let go and close the year properly. We shouldn't carry any bitterness towards next year. So there is giving and there is forgiving. Then the third now is the real essence why we're celebrating, which is why Jesus came. Why did Jesus have to die? It's very important because we keep missing it, And I believe that, for me, is a major reason why people should reflect for this season, because he died to save us. He died to give us a life after here. So what have we done about that?
Well, on the issue, what was coming through my mind was, the essence of the season, the personality that we're all celebrating. I wanted to, put it like in my own way. I would say he was born before he died. I'm talking about, Jesus Christ. That's the reason for the season. But, one of the essence of this season, which you have also talked about, is forgiveness. And I want you to also clarify your position on forgiveness, because it's such a simple word, but then it means a lot. And for some people, try as much as they have been, try as much as they can, they still haven't gotten to that point of forgiving. And then there's also the brother of forgiving, which is forgetting, so to speak. So I just want to know, is everything forgivable? Is every sin really forgivable? And is it possible for you to forgive but not forget?
Yeah, I think every sin is forgivable because God forgives us all things. Right. The Bible said that we should remember the Lord and forget not his benefits, who forgives all our sins. So if God can forgive our sins, all of them, I believe that there is nothing we cannot forgive. I always tell people, I said, if you have not really sinned this year, if you have not offended God this year in any way, then you have a right to really not forgive anybody. But if God has forgiven us, there are things we have done that are wrong, and we have asked God to forgive us, and he has forgiven us all, then we should be able to forgive all. Now, it's not easy. It's not easy to forgive all. There are certain things that can be very hurtful, but also knowing that not forgiving people also have a repercussion on you as a person. Because, they say that if you're holding somebody on the ground, you're also on the ground with the person.
Right.
So sometimes forgiveness is our benefit, so that we can be free, so that we can free ourselves of toxic emotions. Because we are the first, somebody said that unforgiveness is like drinking poison and thinking that your enemy will die. So you are the first person that hurts when you are not forgiving, because your heart is bitter. Your whole emotions are all messed up. So for your own sake, you let go. All right.
But the pain, how do you deaden the pain, so to speak? The pain of the hurt, and how do you move on? Okay, yes, you may have forgiven, but that pain, that memory could linger.
No, it's not easy to forget. Forgetting is a whole different thing altogether. Okay, you can still remember, but the pain, to deal with the pain, it will take time to heal. It's not something that is going to be automatic, and also. There is also an aspect of the pain that is only God that can take away from you. You see, because, the hurt can be very deep, okay? And that's why we also pray and ask God to help us take away. But also, another thing also that helps us also to allow the pain to go is sometimes when the person that we forgive, sometimes we can make excuses for the person. Why did this person do this to me? And finding reasons or excuses for the person. Kind of can help you also
heal. Is
heal.
that where love comes in?
Yeah.
Because when you say you need to make excuses for such people, that's love.
Yeah.
But how will you now relate that when you know that this particular person is even your enemy?
Well, I think like when Jesus said, Lord, forgive them for they don't know what they're doing. You see, it doesn't mean that they don't know what they're doing, but he's making excuses for them. Even if they're your enemies, you can make excuses. You can choose to make excuses for them so that you can be healed. So it might not be that they don't know what they're doing, but he's saying that to find an exit for himself. Because like I said, unforgiveness, you are the first victim of unforgiveness. So whether it's your enemy, whether it's your friend, make excuses for them. Find a way to be able, so that you yourself can be free, yourself can be healed, yourself can be free of the pain that comes with unforgiveness. I know how it feels, and really, it's a very bad place to be, to keep holding things in your heart against people.
Right, and one of the fabulous things about Christmas is that it also cuts across people of other faiths or of other religions, so to speak. It's a time, as you have said, of coming together, of love in the air, and all the other elements. So how do you advocate at this time? How do you think that Christmas can also enhance peaceful living, peaceful harmony, so to speak, with neighbors, with people of other religions? Yeah,
because like I said, the essence of Christmas is to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ. And the major message of Jesus is to love everyone, to love your enemy, to love your neighbor as your friend, and love your neighbor as yourself. And your neighbor is everybody, regardless of your religion, your belief, So the central theme of the life of Jesus is to love everyone, to be kind to everyone, not to segregate, not to have something special for some people and not for others. So regardless of the religion or the belief of the person, we should love everyone just as we love ourselves.
One thing that is very, very, what do I use at the moment, interesting to me is about giving during Christmas.
Yeah.
We love to receive and also give.
Yeah.
So tell us more about this one, because you've been so cool with you need to love.
Yeah.
What about giving?
Yeah. I said before that first of all is about giving. Love, you cannot love without giving.
Well, some people will say it's all about collecting. Some people, their own
because
ethos in life is collecting. Where's my
Christmas?
What do you have?
Yeah. There are some people who are actually waiting for Christmas to collect.
Right.
I'm sure.
There are some people who say, who also believe that they don't have anything to give at this time. They talk about, economic realities, of course. That is.
No, everybody has something to give.
Okay.
Everybody has something to give. And it's more blessed to give than to receive.
Right.
You see, one beautiful thing about giving is that giving opens you up to receiving more. That's why you see that the wealthiest people are the highest givers. You cannot be a receiver without giving. It's actually a law of life. You know, to balance life, for you to be able to give, you must receive. For example, for you to be able to keep receiving oxygen, you must keep giving out carbon dioxide. So Christmas is about giving. Why? Because it's about love. For God so loved the world that he gave.
Okay.
He cannot just love. Love is an action word. Love is not a talk. Love is an action. Love is expressed. For example, you have somebody in need, somebody who need your help. You can't just tell the person I love you. How do you express that love? By helping the person solve his need. Okay, so this is a time of giving, really, you know, to look at people that are not as privileged as we are. Everybody can give. No matter where you are, there is somebody you are better than. And giving is not just money. You can give in different ways. You can give appreciation. There are people that have helped us within the year. We should appreciate them. They are our boss. Some of us are there. Bosses who have been good to us. We should appreciate them. There are people who have helped us in this journey of this year, helped us to accomplish some of our goals. We should show appreciation. This is a time for giving. And one thing about giving, and like I said, that giving also opens you up to receive
more opportunity.
Yes, if you keep receiving and keep receiving, there's a point you get to, you can't receive more anymore until you pour out, until you give out. Then you can create space for you to receive
more fresh things to also come in.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's quickly move on to the issue of goal setting, because 2023 is winding down. We are moving into 2024. What are those things Nigerians should map out as their goals in order to achieve a better year in year 2024?
Well, first of all, I believe that one of the things I always start with is that we need to change our mindset. You know, because as you think, so you will be. You know, there are some people who don't believe that they can make it in Nigeria. They believe they must leave.
That's the Japa syndrome.
People keep telling me my destiny.
That is the goal. That is the goal for some people.
Yeah,
The new year.
but then it could be a problem, because you go there, you see that people are stuck. Because you are going out, you don't have any plan. How are you going to the new place you want to go, the country? Have you studied the opportunities there? Whether you can be able to, you know, navigate the environment in that place. So the first goal is for us to have a new mindset that yes, I can make it in Nigeria, even if I still have to travel, no problem. Because your mind controls the rest of the things that you do. As long as you think that no, you cannot make it, there are people who are stuck for years in Nigeria because they want to leave, and they are stuck. They have not made any progress, and opportunities are coming and passing them by. You know, and because this fixated mindset that they need to leave this country, 5 years have passed and they have not gone anywhere. So now that you're here, what are you going to do? So first of all, to have that mindset that yes, the things are not so good here, but I can still make it here because people are making it. People are making it. So that's the first thing, to begin to have a renewal of mindset. Then we should set goals, what we want to achieve. We should set financial goals. We should set career goals. You know, we should set, you know, a goal is like a destination where you want to get to. You know, maybe by the end of the year, where do you want to get in your career, in your business? You should set those goals. If whether you'll be able to achieve them, but just set them first. Then number two is now to make a plan. How do I get to my goal? For example, I want to grow, you know, in my career. Okay, so now how do I get there? Do I have to take more professional courses? Because you see, without a plan, you can't achieve any goal. So what is a plan? A plan is a step-by-step process of achieving a goal. All right? So I want to make ₦1 million every month in my business. What are the process? How do I do that? So it might require you also to go for more capacity building. It could be a part of your goal to develop yourself more, to go for more training, to be able to know how you can be able to achieve this. Also, you can have goals to expand your network. People that you associate with.
Right.
Because you see, they say your network is like it determines your net worth.
Absolutely.
All right. So you might have to, maybe all the guys around are all broke, are all struggling with you. You can't, They say if all your friends, if you have 4 friends and they're all broke, you are the 5th person that is broke. Because you cannot go beyond your circle. Environment contributes 50% of your progress. So you might have to begin to expand your social network, the people you meet with, the environment where you find yourself. And then also, very important, I always say that, it's also important for you to be closer to God. Because you see, the spiritual life controls the physical life. You see, I can say that from my own experience. The more people are closer to God, the more they develop the discipline to be able to achieve their goals. Because you see, closeness and relationship with God brings a form of constraint on you. There are some things you can't do that are like distractions. So I believe that it should be one of the goals people are going to set, to be closer to God and to live a life that is more pleasing to God.
Earlier, you were speaking about review when I asked the question on, frustration, frustration on unfulfilled dreams in the exiting year. And you spoke about the essence of review. Now that we have come to the issue of goal setting, some would call it resolution, New Year resolution. But then we know how far resolutions can go. And I like the fact where you said earlier on, achievable goals and, giving steps on how you want to achieve them. But in form of reviewing what you did, right or wrong, in the year, before, and how you can make amends. Help us also understand how crucial this is, because of course, if you want something differently, if you want a better turnout in the year 2024, you also have to act differently. You may have to, what's the word now? You may have to change, you may have to go back, you may have to adjust and all of that. Learn, unlearn, relearn, and all of that. The value in review, how crucial is that?
Yeah, it's very important, because if you don't review, you can't progress. You see, and they say that doing the same thing all over again and expecting a new result is a form of insanity. So we need to really review and go back and retrospect, and then check within the year what did you do, what did you achieve. Where did you have your challenges and all that, And then also in review, also you have to also look at the people that achieved. What did they do to be able to achieve what they did? Okay? So without a review, there is no way you can move forward. So I believe you're right. So we need to sit back and take a book. We have to get a book. There's what they call a review book. You can get a book and begin to write down all the challenges you experienced last year and where you had your issues.
Will that serve as a reminder to you when you said you should get a book?
Yes.
That will serve as a reminder?
Yes, a reminder, yes.
Some have been saying that you need to put them on your phone. Do you also advocate for that?
Yeah, it's important, because, we're in an information age now, so I think it will also be good to have it on phone and save it up so that, you can always look at it anywhere we go. Yeah. So, it's important to have. Nigerians, we don't review. That's the issue. We just forget about it and move forward. And then we keep repeating the whole thing all over again. So there's a reason why somebody didn't achieve his goal. There's a reason. So the person needs to find out. And it's not about luck. It's not about your village people.
It's not about the witches.
Yeah, it's not about, because you're not the only one with a village. Okay, from a village. It's not about, so that's what I'm saying about mindset, So there is something you did wrong. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Right. There is definitely somewhere you missed it. So you need to find it. And then to be able to find it also, you need to also ask questions, the people that also succeeded. What did they do that can help you in your review?
Where lies New Year resolutions? Because a lot of people get into the New Year, they will tell you, okay, in this New Year, I'll stop smoking, I'll stop drinking, I'll stop womanizing. And 2 weeks or 3 weeks after into that year, they're back to it. So, New Year resolutions.
Yeah. So I don't know how you want me to answer that, but I should answer it. I should be frank, or I should just be politically correct.
Okay. So we're talking about goal setting now. Yeah. So maybe you can as well give us the differences or the similarities between goal setting and New Year resolutions.
Yeah. Okay. Now, resolution. There are some things, no matter how much you resolute, you can't, like for example, you say you cannot smoke. I remember I used to do that several. I used to smoke. And I will say, oh, I will not smoke. Oh, that's my New Year resolution. So 1st of January, I will not smoke. 2nd, I will not smoke. By 3rd January, my hands are shaking. By 4th, I've smoked a packet.
Wow.
You see, there are some things you cannot control
On your own.
on your own. Because there are forces within you that cannot be able to deal with it. Right. So I stopped smoking the year 1994, the year I gave my life to Christ. That's the truth. There's a power that comes from God that helps you.
So you had an encounter.
I had an encounter with God, and He broke it. That's what I'm saying. I'm being sincere to you, because you see, there are, a force. You can't control a force by natural effort. For example, gravity is a force. You cannot control gravity. What is the law of gravity says everything that goes up must come down. So if you go there and jump and say, I want to use my effort not to go down, gravity will pull you down, because gravity is a force. So to counter a force, you need another force, which is the force of lift. To counter this force within us that makes us to do those things, we need another force. That force comes from God. That's what I'm saying.
And I want you to also break it down, for some people might be watching. We have all sorts of people watching with beliefs and, non-beliefs and all of that. When you say this divine power, this God helped you, overcome that addiction, how? Was it through people that, God sent your way, or was it through like Him pushing you, so to speak, to go to this rehab? How do you think, it worked? Well, God worked for you.
Yeah, my own experience. Right. My own experience. I'm talking about my own experience.
Which is relative. Anyway.
Yeah, my own experience was that I tried for many years to stop all the resolutions, to stop all these vices and all that. But that year, 1994, I had an experience which my brother called an encounter, and I've decided to really change my life and change my direction. And I gave my life to Jesus, and I decided that I'm going to start becoming serious with Him.
So your inner man was strengthened.
Yes, was strengthened. And that experience, I came out of that experience, strong. And all those issues died.
Wow.
That's my own experience.
Wow.
Some can get it through rehabilitation. Sure. Some can get it through peer advice. Some can get it through even resolution, I don't know. But that's my own experience. And I always recommend it too.
All right. Well, for me, I will definitely be going back. I will replay this session with you, because it's been such an insightful one, and unfortunately we've run out of time. I know that many viewers, especially on the issue of resolutions, goal setting, will also find your contributions, quite insightful. Pastor Norbert Onaga of Dominion City, based in Lagos, we thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Fulfilling New Year at that to you
Thank
and
you.
your loved ones. All right, we didn't get to ask Pastor Onaga this question, but let's get to hear what people on the streets have to say about what would be that special Christmas gift.